Hello, can you hear me, please? Can you hear me now? James, can you hear me? Can you hear me, please, James? Let me see why you cannot hear me. Let me see what's going on. I'm trying to find out why that issue is here. Hello, guys. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing well. And let's roll together. Yeah. Join me and let's roll together. Hello? Yeah, I can hear myself. Can you hear me now? Joshua, maybe the follow from your side. I can hear myself. Yeah, I can hear myself loud and clear. How is everything with you today? How is the family? James and Joshua. God bless you. Yeah, James and Joshua TV. God bless you. Are you twin? Are you twin? I hope you can hear me right now. Thank you for tuning to my channel. Give me thumbs up and give me some sub. Give me sub and I'll appreciate that. Sub to my channel. Sub to my channel. Sub to my channel, please. And God will bless you. So, how is your country and where are you watching from? Please let me know so I can be able to give you some recognition. Thanks, George. Thank Joshua and James and Josh, and James. God bless you. Thanks for joining me. God bless you. Thanks for staying there and giving me the support that I really need at this time. God bless you, and so glad to have you join me today. So, we are talking about something very important. I believe every one of us are joy. Good evening. God bless you, my dear. So, please check your network and let's see if everything is going well. I've adjusted it and I believe it's okay now. Yeah, I've adjusted the network. The connection is good now. Yeah, I off my mic now. It's open. So, what are we talking about tonight? Our beloved country Nigeria is bleeding in all its days, from all the geographical regions. Country is bleeding from north, south, east, west. The country is at war. And the war in that country is really gradually spreading and spreading very fast. The war in Nigeria is spreading fast because there is an attempt to put the country under Islamic rule, deliberate attempt that has been reached far back as over 70, if not 60, 65 years ago. Before the independence, there has been a calculation to get Nigeria to become a full Islamic state. And that has been a project that a certain ethnic group has taken upon itself for the longest, and they have been pursuing it with all vehemence, with all strength in their disposal, and they have been pursuing it to ensure that they bring Nigeria under a caliphate. A caliphate is a country or a situation in which an entire state is under an Islamic rule. So that is why you have all of this all over the place, all the emirate all over the place, and they are working assiduously. And for viewers who are here, who perhaps are Muslim, I want to let you know I'm not speaking against Islam, but I'm speaking against an attempt by a particular ethnic group or ethnicity to undermine the fundamental human right of other. If we are 500 ethnic groups, all other 499 ethnic groups that are congested and coerced in one geographical space, and they are forcing their ideology down the throat of everyone and sundry, and this has become an issue that has caused a whole lot of problems across the board, and most especially in the north and in the north central part of the country. So there has been a lot of killings that this ethnic group has been waging. This ethnic group has been waging for the past many decades, and they are still not giving up. they're not giving up. They want to make sure that they take over the land until, according to them, until their book, their holy book, is placed on the sea. So that is their mission, to get their holy book placed in the sea of the Atlantic Ocean. So we are all seeing a very, very powerful effort on the part of these aggressors to implement their vision in a more violent and desperate manner than anyone can imagine. In a most dangerous manner, not even more, most dangerous and violent manner. So, what are we saying? It's like people have agitated. The ethnic groups in the north have suffered the most in the hands of these people. The ethnic groups, the minority group in the north, the northern part of our country, have suffered unto hardship, and it's not ending anytime soon. And the problem is not abating anytime soon. And it's like the more they cry, the farther away they are and unheard by other people, and especially those who are supposed to be the leaders of the country. So it is very, very disheartening. It is so disheartening that those you are hoping will become your savior, they are those that you cry and cry and cry and cry and cry to. They don't want to hear. Why do they not want to hear? They do not want to hear because they have made up their mind to implement their evergreen vision, ever lofty goal to entrench and spread their ideology and their faith across the length and breadth of the country and get their holy book planted in the Atlantic Ocean. That is their major goal. So they have all vowed, the elites of this ethnic group have vowed that they will never listen to anyone until they accomplish their mission. It doesn't matter how many people die. It doesn't matter how many people are unalive. It doesn't matter how many people are unalive. It doesn't matter how many people are destroyed. It doesn't matter how many people are annihilated. It doesn't matter, as long as they can fulfill their dream, as long as they can make sure their dream becomes, achieved. It cares how many are unended or whose lives have to pay for it. They don't want to care how many lives have to be swept away to ensure that this mission is done and dusted. So we are at precipice. We are at a very serious precipice. We are sitting on the top of a gunpowder, the keg of a gunpowder. We are at it every now and then, almost at the verge of all-out war and ethnic conflict. So the people that are whose lives are ended every day are more than 1,000 across the board, across the country. Can you imagine how fast these wicked people are diminishing the entire population, decreasing the entire population. So this is the reason we are calling on every well-meaning individual, government, those in the corporate world, in the business world, those who are in the diplomatic world, missions, organizations, treaties, and institutions across the globe to come to the rescue of Nigeria before another Rwanda of 1994 takes place before our very eye. Yes, we might not avoid another Rwanda. We might not likely. It's unlikely that we have to avoid another Rwanda, because why? The people who are supposed to end this carnage are turning blind eye. Those who are supposed to act, they are not doing anything, and they're not saying anything. They are acting like nothing is happening. And unfortunately, who suffers? The grass suffers. Where two elephants fight. This is not two elephants now. This is just one huge elephant fighting every other animal in the forest, as it were. Every other animal is being fought and tried to be brought down by this ferocious beast that is ravaging and cutting through the hard and thick forest of the equatorial forest region of Nigeria, in the south and in the Sahel Middle Belt, of course, across all of the north, as we know it, in the Sambisa forest. There is a war going on. In the northeast, there's war going on. In the north central, killings and unaliving people going on. Yes, in the southeast, the same thing, unaliving people going on. In southwest, unaliving people going on. South, every day we hear and see the same story, the same trend, and we are not asking God, where and how and when will this evil end? When will this evil end? When will this calamity upon us end? So, I'm going to read a scripture from the book of Jeremiah. I'm sure the same thing was happening in the days of Jeremiah. Jeremiah 31 and verse 15. Jeremiah 31 verse 15 says, "Thus saith the Lord, the voice was heard in Ramah, lamentation and bitter weeping. Rahel weeping for her children. refuse to be what? Comforted for our children because they were not, meaning they were no more. Rahel, which is Rachel, or what we call it. Yes, the voice of lamentation across the land. Widows and widowers, orphans, destitute, and the sea of human beings left in shambles, whose dreams and visions have all been eroded by virtue of the madness that is going on in the land. Because of the madness that is going on in the land, so what shall we say to this thing? What shall we say to this thing? And if God be for us, the Bible says, who can be against us? And you begin to ask yourself, is God seeing this? Is God in all of this? And you say, well, yes. Also ask yourself a question as to what is happening. Even in other Palestine, you also begin to ask yourself, is God not seeing what is going on there? So it is very, very confusing. It's very, very unimaginable. A lot of pains and anguish are left in the heart of hundreds and thousands and if not millions of people on a daily basis. People are dying. People are dying. People are being unalive. People are being unalive. Why? Because of the ambition of certain group of people who want to end up with their religious book planted in the Atlantic Ocean in the southern part of Nigeria. Isn't that amazing? So, we are calling on the government of the Federation. We are calling on those who are in the reign of power. You are in that realm of authority, and you know you have something in your jurisdiction. You have something within your capacity, whether as a state security personnel, whether you are an army or police or DSS or a civil defense corps, or what you may call yourself as an individual, or what portfolio you happen to hold in the country. We are calling on you. We are calling on you. We are calling on you. We are calling on you to take action right now. Take action right now. It is very important for one, before harm and destruction comes upon people, especially in our country. More people are under oppression, or how will I put it now? They are in arm's way, and these arms are not replicable. These arms are not what you can compare pair or a pair. It's not what you can oppose. It's not what you can try to respond to by mere physical instrumentality, by mere physical means that are not as sophisticated as that of those who are fighting and killing and taking lives, on unaliving people on a daily basis. It is happening right now as we speak in Benue. Men, women, children, adults, young, old are unalive. As many as sometimes 40, 50, 20, as many as they can unalive. They don't only unalive, they set the entire place ablaze. They set the entire land ablaze, the entire community ablaze. They set everywhere ablaze. And I begin to wonder, where is justice? Where is fairness? Where is compassion? Why are people who are bent, why are people who are supposed to be protectors ending up to be those who are perpetrators? They become accomplices. They cohort those who are doing and making this havoc on innocent people. They cohort them. Why? Because they have all vowed together, and because they are in together, nothing should stop and nothing should be on their path. Nothing should be in their path, or else they will not have to consider justice or consider empathy. Nothing should be in their path, or else they will not consider compassion. They will not have pity. They will not have any form of redress or outer of humanity in them to restrain from shedding innocent blood on a daily basis. This is the cry of Rachel. This is the cry and lamentation that I am bringing to you, viewers. The lamentation of our people. Rachel is crying. There's weeping in Ramah. There's weeping in Ramah. And that happened also in the days of Herod. Yes, the scripture was read in Matthew. Matthew chapter 12, verse 18. In Ramah was there a voice heard, lamentation and weeping, and great mourning. Rachel weeping for her children. I will not be comforted because they are no more. Because they are no more. I pray that you will understand what this message is bringing. I pray that you will understand the perspective this message is bringing across, so that you'll be able to stand with me as we try to explore this very topic. It's very important. It is heartbreaking. It is heart-wrenching. It is heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to see a people who are supposed to be understanding of one another, yes, bent on fighting, trying to eat one another up, try to displace others. As we speak, there are many, if not more than 1,000 refugee camps full of internally displaced people across the length and breadth of the country. Internally displaced just because, not because they are in refugees in other land, not because they don't have homes, not because they don't have their call it their ancestral land, not because they don't have, the things that others are boasting of. They are displaced because others who feel they are more powerful, taking advantage of their frailty, taking advantage of their incapacitation, taking advantage of their frailty and poverty. Yes, taking advantage of their being so-called minority, and they have descended on them aggressively, and so hard to the point that even security forces, people that are supposed to protect, the people that are supposed to give security, they are now those who are meeting this kind of horror, meeting this kind of wickedness on fellow compatriots, on fellow citizens. This is heart-wrenching. This is heartbroken. This is something more than we can use the word condemnable. Yeah, it's not something we just use a slight word. This is so heinous. It's a crime against humanity. It's a crime against brotherhood. It's a crime against our common goal as a people. Yes. Yeah, but so I'm going to thank you. Thanks for joining me, and thank God bless you. Thanks for joining me tonight. It's a crime against humanity, crime against common people, poor, innocent lives, eroded on a daily basis. Yes, their lives and their breath are sniffed off just in twinkles of an eye. In a twinkle of an eye, they are no more. That's why the mother Rachel cries, weeping in lamentation, weeping, lamenting in anguish, in absolute pain. Yes, an unbearable pain, because our children are no more. And like they always say, you cannot ask somebody that is crying to stop crying. Why would you want somebody who's crying to stop crying? He or she will continue to cry until someone is willing to come and assuage their grief. and assuage their grief, as it were. Someone must be willing to give that selfless response to the healing and open cry of Rachel, who has become destitute, who has become a widow overnight, who has become a destitute overnight because everything she has is taken away. Children taken away, husband taken away, and she's running for her life. Rachel is on the run. Rachel is weeping. Rachel is crying in lamentation because her children are no more, according to the book of Matthew, chapter number 2, as we read in verse 18. And of course, in Jeremiah 31 and verse 15. Rachel is crying. Rachel is wailing. Rachel is having pain. Yes, nurturing pain. So much pain in Rachel because her children are no more. Can you relate to that? Can you relate to that? Can you relate to that? How will you feel if you get attacked? How will you feel if you get robbed of your best heritage, of your best possession, of your best friend? Yes, Rachel is crying because her children are no more. Rachel is crying because her pains are becoming so unbearable. Rachel is crying. And Rachel is saying, please, please and please, please and please, if you care for me, if you care about me, if you care about me, Rachel in Benue is crying. Rachel in Plateau is crying. Rachel all over and across Nigeria is crying. All the Rachels are crying. All the women with lots of children and those who were pregnant with children that have had to be unalive alongside their fetus, alongside the very seed that they hope to rejoice over in the next couple of months. They have been sniffed out of their wombs just because the strong men of the land have decided and have vowed to unalive everyone on this territory. Anyone that stands in their way will go in for it. And they have made this vow. They are unrepentant. They have decided, oh my God, they have decided that they will not listen They will not listen to anyone. They will not listen to anyone. Yeah, Balably comedian, God bless you. Yes, the strong men have vowed that they will not listen to anybody. It doesn't matter what anybody says. As long as their visions have not been completed, they will continue to stay their course, stay on their mission statement. Their mission statement is to ensure that their book is planted in the Atlantic Ocean. Can you imagine? Their book has to be planted in the Atlantic Ocean before they can listen to the voice of wisdom. So I am asking you, those who are under the sound of my voice, if you are opportune to have a say in the political arena, or as a lawmaker, or as an influential person, especially in the security arena, in the law enforcement, as far as law enforcement is concerned, as far as this, the principal security architecture of the country is concerned, you are part of it, and you have seen this trend and phenomenon over many years now, and you are not taking action. You are part of the problem. You are part of the problem. You are part of the problem. If you're seeing this thing going on, all the unaliving, all the pandemonium, and all the chaos going on in our country, the confusion all over the place, that we have heard people crying about. Our very own brother, very dark man, has been preaching, has taken his neck out, taken and made a vow to ensure that the fight to stop the aggressor is intensified. The fight is almost like fighting all alone. In a country of 200 million people, just one person is speaking. That is shame to Nigeria. Shame on all of us. Shame on all of us. If it's only one man that is speaking up, if it's only one man that is making at least an effort to address the very problem that has come like an avalanche, has come like a tsunami upon us all. Only one man is trying to stem the tide and say, no, you can't go this far. You tide, you wind, you storm, but still, only one man is having